This is Lil Durk's big chance to finally make the big international stardom breakthrough that he's been wanting and he's been also so close to getting for the past 2 to 3 years with his new album, Almost Healed. Let's take a look at this. If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and features everything that's been going on in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So Lil Durk just announced that he's going to be dropping his new album Almost Healed on May 12th, so only in 5, 6, whatever how many days. That is very, very close in the future. And I feel like this album could be his big chance to finally have the breakthrough that he was maybe hoping for with 7220. Now here's the full story. Lil Durk, big trouble with Def Jam, and then until 2018, 2019, he kind of disappeared and he was really falling off. Then 2019, 2020, he somehow made a comeback after dropping, I think it was Love Songs for the Streets, that album. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. But he really made a comeback, and it was one of the greatest comebacks in hip-hop together with Tyga in the recent future, and I respect DURK'S a lot for that. And then he was also featured on Drake's Laugh Now Cry Later, which was a big song, probably his biggest song he's ever been on, and that just showed that he had the potential to get to the point of being that big superstar. He continued rolling out stuff like The Voice, his solo album, that also did really well. That album, I have to say, we thought he was gonna go bigger with this. He did have some beef with 6ix9ine around that time, who was clowning him for The Voice. That album could have used a lot of more bigger features. Now, I like that he kept it concise and kept it in like the OTF circle with those features being on there, but that definitely compromised the amount of commercial success that this album could have gotten. Because if he puts big artists on there, if he puts bigger artists in hip-hop, but also outside of hip-hop, maybe dabbling into pop a little bit, and I don't want him to do that necessarily because we all want him to stay like in our circle, but for his success and for his career development, that would have likely been the best move. He didn't do that on The Voice, and we were kind of like, okay, he's still taking it slow. This is for like his circle, for the people that saw him come up, and not for the big commercial stages. But then he went on to drop The Voice of the Heroes together with Lil Baby in June of 2021. That album was pretty good and pretty big, and him and Baby were this duo of The Voice and The Hero, and Baby was also just skyrocketing around that time, so we all thought that duo of Baby and DURK'S would be like the next big thing. That somehow went on for a little bit. They were featured together on a DJ Khaled song on Every Chance I Get. I just had to look that up because I wasn't sure anymore. And then we thought the next album that DURK'S would be dropping would be like his big one. That would have the big features, that would have the big industry support, and that would break him through to the state of like having that big of a Drake feature, honestly. And then 7220 came, and we were all like, okay, this is not it. We had, I think, 2 features on there, not counting the Morgan Wallen Broadway Girls thing that was put on there to boost up the numbers. But that was like, it was the same DURK'S stuff we've heard the 4 years before that. And that is not necessarily bad. That is the DURK'S we all fell in love with. That is the DURK'S we all respect. But that's not the Durk that's going to break through and become an internationally known, like, successful artist. So I think he kind of maybe, played a little bit wrong with 7220, but that's also the big opportunity he got now for this new album. So this new album, as he just announced, is going to be called Almost Healed and be dropping on May 12th. And one of the most important things and features and songs that we know that's going to be on there is a song together with Mr. Jermaine Cole. And that song is going to be called All My Life. We got snippets of that, of them, shooting a music video for that. And in an interview with XXL, Lil Durk said that this song is just him talking about what he's going through. But also when it came down to choosing features for that song, for him, it was Kanye or Cole. But Kanye is like somewhere, I don't know where he's at. I'm probably going to do a video on Kanye soon and a potential comeback and all that. So let me know in the comments if you're down for that. But then it was J. Cole. And if you're doing a song and J. Cole is the second choice for the song, that song probably got to be really important and got to be really good, and hopefully does very well. So him now tapping into these features of these bigger artists is probably the best move that he can do, because that was the flaw with the 2 albums before that we were like, that's the thing holding you back. And now he's kind of like changing that a little bit. And honestly, I was a little bit scared that after 7220, he wouldn't have the same amount of hype anymore. People wouldn't be as excited about a new album. But from what the feeling that I get right now from people being excited for Almost Healed, I still think that this thing has the same momentum, maybe even more than 7220 had a year ago when it comes to the rollout of this thing and how people are excited for it. And I still believe that DURK'S can, you know, come with a style and come with a sound that is very much so appealing to a large amount of people. He has that very singing, rapping voice, and he's always been that, especially, as I said, since his comeback 2018, 2019. He's really perfected that. And any song that he's on is kind of like, you know, it's at least going to be solid. You know, it's not going to be trash, because at least he's bringing something to the table that you're used to, that you can get guarantee on that it's going to be good. So I think DURK'S was a really consistent artist. And 7220 wasn't bad in any way. It probably just wasn't what we were expecting it to be. But even saying that is wrong, because like, what were we expecting? We were expecting this thing to go like way bigger than it did. That's all I'm saying. So I think this is his big chance to at least hopefully not play it again. Almost Healed, the title, I've seen a couple of people, you know, in the comments, y'all said that the cover art for this thing was about all the people that he's lost, and he's also referenced this healing process in an Instagram caption where he was like, I'm still healing but almost healed, and that's the background of that album title, and all the people in his cover art were the people he's lost, which is quite a lot. And we all know the public, you know, losses DURK'S was gone through, most recently obviously D-Thang, but then also you know, Vaughn 2 years ago. So it's definitely a big part of his persona in hip-hop as well, and him now using that maybe, you know, sheds more light on those people as well, the more people that get to know DURK'S. And I'm hoping that he stays consistent to the sound that, you know, he's not pioneered, but that he's like brought to the level of commercial and of just public appeal and public acceptance that he's done over the past, as I said, 3, 4, 5 years, and that he further builds on that and kind of, you know, doesn't let it slip, but rather takes that foundation of what he's already got and then builds on top of that, and only reaches out of that comfort zone when it comes to maybe doing pop songs to get a bigger mainstream appeal, if it's really like in a good executional way. So that's my thoughts on Lil Durk and his new album called Almost Healed. I think this is his big chance to become a superstar, an international superstar. Kind of what Baby's already done that in some sort of sense. And now it's DURK'S turn with this album. So let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If so, why? And I want to know all your thoughts and your expectations for this album in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.